All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. What we're doing here is we're upgrading the studio one piece at a time. So in the last episode, we upgraded our lighting from a $50 Amazon light kit to an Aperture Amaran 100D. Because we're able to add more light into the room, we're actually able to change over the lens to a smaller aperture lens to really kind of give us that really high quality picture. So one of the things that we noticed though, whenever we added the 100D is that first of all, we don't have a softbox on it. So we're really just putting a sheet. I don't even have a scrim or anything. It's basically just a sheet literally laid over the Amaran 100D. You can imagine what that, what issues that might cause. It's actually burning a hole or melting a hole into the sheet, which is not good because number one, obviously that's a fire hazard, so don't do that. And then secondly, what's the point of having a sheet over it if there's just going to burn a hole straight through it anyway? So what you're looking at right now is that Aperture Amaran 100D just basically blasting me in the face. And then the second issue that we have is that we don't have any kind of side light here or fill light to balance out that Amaran 100D. So of course, obviously is what we do. We add more stuff to the studio. We do upgrades. We try to fix issues and turn this into a professional recording studio at some point. So of course we added some more stuff, and here we go. We got the Amazon Prime box in. Let's open it up and see what we got. So starting off, this should be the Aperture Amaran 60x. And the reason why we went to the 60x is because we want to kind of diversify a little bit. We know what the D series can do, which is your daylight balance. But we went ahead and tried to do something a little bit different, which is the X, which is a bicolor light. So you can change from a cooler light to a warmer light, and it really kind of opens us up as far as possibilities. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what we got inside. Amaran 60x S. Now the S stands for basically a super chip or smart chip, the newer technology that allows it to get a higher quality or TCI index, so they can get a little bit closer to that pure daylight, in case you're wondering about that. So according to the box here, it goes from 2700K to 6500K and comes with a soft styrofoam case, which keeps it lightweight. Now you guys are taking a look at this at the exact same time I am. As you can see, we cut the box open, and we're going to manhandle this plastic. I've got to be honest though, I think that I appreciate the lightweight styrofoam box, but it just seems like that's something that could be easily damaged or scratched up. You'd really kind of have to take care of the box itself so the box doesn't get damaged. All right, let's open it up. See what we got. We got two latches here. Let's see if I can get a little bit better lighting on the situation. All right. All right, so we got two latches here. Let's go ahead and pop it open. And from here, we see obviously it's a smaller light compared to the 100D. If you saw the previous episode, this light is a lot smaller. And you're probably thinking, I would imagine you're probably thinking at this point, the lighting is horrendous on this camera angle. And I don't blame you. I agree with you. The lighting is horrendous. But the theme of this channel is to build one piece at a time. You can see that light shining through, so that's fun. To build one piece at a time. And so as the videos keep going, you're going to notice that the production quality goes up. That's kind of the whole point of this channel in the first place. So, all right. So when you do open it up, it does have this piece of plastic on it and a guard that goes over the light chip or the light output emitter. But we'll take that off and let's go ahead and take a look at what we got. It does have a V-mount for a V-mount battery. And then it does have an LED on that side, Amaran 60XS, a reset button, got a intensity dial knob here, power, and a DC battery, or excuse me, a DC voltage power cord. It's got the 1/4-20 thread on the bottom, and that looks like that's about it for that. All right, it comes with a reflector, which if you saw the last episode, you can see how much of a difference that a reflector adds to the lighting. Let's see, what is this guy here? I have no idea. If you guys have the 60XS, then you guys know before I do, whatever this is, some kind of random, I guess, I would imagine that's just a cover to go over the light, is what I'm guessing that is. And then of course you've got the cord, and I don't know how long that cord is, but if I had to estimate, it looks like it's probably about 15, 20 feet there. And relatively long other end of the cord, probably another 10 feet on the cord there. And it does have the screw mount for the power cord, so you can actually screw it down and lock it into place. And then of course it's got basically the mounting clamp, the mounting bracket with the 1/4-20 there, and then the tightening knob for whatever kind of mount or pole you're using, baby pin, whatever you got there. Right. And then interestingly enough, wow, I didn't know it came with this, but it looks like it has a battery charger, which I'm pretty sure it doesn't come with a battery, which is interesting that they would include a battery charger, unless I'm just missing it. They would include a battery charger, but they don't include a battery, so that's quite interesting. All right, so we're going to set that aside. Oh, okay, I see. So basically what this would be if you do have a couple of batteries that you want to mount to it, then you can screw this into the input for the power and then mount your batteries into that. All right, so let's go ahead and, I guess, get this set up. I'm trying to debate, honestly, on whether I want to just do the 60XS on this one or if I want to go ahead and add the softbox. Full disclosure, I do have a softbox as well sitting inside the other part of the building, where basically a softbox for each of these, the 60XS and the 100D. I'll probably go ahead and do that on the next episode. We'll make this one not too long. We'll just go ahead and do that on the next episode. But let's go ahead and get this thing mounted up and see what kind of difference we can get with basically a fill light kind of supporting that 100D. So let me see if I can get some B-roll type footage of this thing getting hooked up, and we'll continue on. All right, guys, so real quick, let's go ahead and take a look at the setup that we have currently, which is going to be this 100D. We have this is the Amazon light that we had in the other kit, and this is the other Amazon light that came with that $50 kit. We're just repurposing it for that top-down view. Of course, you got your camera up there. This is our pool house, so it's not a professional studio, you'll notice. And then you can see that the lighting setup that we have as far as basically the sheet laying over the 100D. If you guys didn't get a chance to see the 100D setup, go check out that last episode. And then let's go ahead and get this thing put together. All right, so one of the first things I'm going to do is disable this light up here. This is going to be the little Amazon light that we had. Let's go ahead and unplug that, and we're going to use this mount here to go ahead and mount this 60XS on, and then we'll reposition it so that we can get a better soft light, or excuse me, a better fill light on this side, and see what it looks like. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and unplug this guy. Okay, you can notice that the light changed, the light's out. Let's go ahead and unscrew the nut on that one and pop that guy off of there. Let's go ahead and move this into frame here. And let's find our 60XS. I can't reiterate enough times that I understand 100% completely that the lighting is garbage. Oh, here we go. So basically the mounting pin. All right, and let's see. So we're going to, let's see if I got the other camera angle still. A little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and screw that onto the bottom of the light engine. We're going to tighten that larger nut down. Okay, so that's tight and secure. And since both of these have that same baby pin mount, we'll use this bracket here, which we can loosen up. I'm going to fit that guy on there, tighten it down, make sure it's on a good spot. That's probably good. Tighten it good. And then mount the light engine. Let me go ahead and bring this down a little bit so y'all can actually see what I'm doing. All right. Light the mount engine on there. Of course, it's got the swivel, so let's go ahead and tighten a little bit more so it doesn't want to swivel. And we'll lock that in. All right, so it's ready to rock and roll. Just needs some electricity. So we'll undo the power cord strap. Now the 100D, excuse me, the 60XS runs about, I believe we paid $159 for it. I believe that's right, 159, 139, somewhere around there. But it was like $10 difference between the 60XS and the 100D. And of course, obviously, the price difference. So you have a little bit smaller of a light engine between the 60 and the 100, of course, with the wattage. So there's that difference to bring the price down to go down to 60, but then the price comes back up again because we went to the X instead of the D, which is the bicolor instead of just the daylight balance. All right, so we got the power cord there, and let's find, where did we put, here it is. The power brick. All right, so we're gonna mount the power brick to the cord. We will go ahead and lock this in. And I'm sure there's going to be somebody in the vast world of YouTube and the internet that's probably sitting there saying, "You're doing it all wrong, man." Well, I'd probably agree with you. You probably are. This is not an education channel, my bro. This is not a channel to teach you how to do things properly. This is just basically me spending money. And you guys get to hang out for the ride while I spend the money. So it's a beautiful thing. All right, so I've got the cord tightened in back here, got it locked in. Let's go ahead and pull the cord over to the power strip. See if we can get a fancy angle on that on the phone. All right, so fancy angle on the phone. There's your light staring at us like it's the robot from, what was that movie called? I can't remember. It'll come to me eventually. All right, so we're gonna plug this fella in right here. Let's do it, y'all. Let's go ahead and let's see what this guy's capable of. So on, starts off at, looks like 40% off the gate. And what's crazy is, I'm gonna be able to switch basically from this camera and this phone, but what's crazy is that this is facing like almost perpendicular to the camera, but it's still, the light is so bright that it's still trying to blow out the camera a little bit. So that's not even with the reflector on it. So let's go ahead and put the reflector on there. Maybe the if I use the Bowens mount properly, it'll work. So there's the click. All right, so there she is, 40%. Let's move it over here to the side. Take a quick look. That's my awesome electrical system. All right, there's your camera there. Let's go ahead and get the light set up so it looks good. All right, so we're gonna switch over to this side. So what I'm gonna be doing now is basically just tweaking and adjusting. What we're gonna be doing now is tweaking and adjusting the light as far as the angle goes and the intensity or the brightness. And I may go ahead and see if I have another sheet around here. I don't think I do. So I won't be able to throw a sheet over it. But we're gonna angle the light and get the intensity kind of dialed in so it's acting as that fill light basically. All right, so let's go ahead and take a quick look, just kind of get a baseline of where we're at right now. This is at 40%. And it's not too bad. It casts some harsh shadows because it's not diffused at all. We have the 100D on this side and then the 60X on this side. It gives sufficient light to show my imperfections, which is fun. But it gives sufficient light, but it's not soft, so it's not flattering. And we could tweak the angle a little bit. So that was probably close to 90% or 9 degrees where I was from camera angle on that one. This is a little bit more, I'd say 60 degrees, 65 degrees close to the camera. But the picture quality doesn't look that bad as far as like the lighting on each side. All we got to do is kind of soften it up. So let's go ahead and tell you what. Let's take a look at the bicolor feature. See if we can't mess around with the bicolor just a little bit. Let's see what happens with that. All right, and so it looks like after messing around with it that in order to get the bicolor feature out of it, and I could be wrong, but at least I didn't read the instructions. So again, this is not a channel where you come to me to learn how to do this. This is more along the lines of I spend my money and we just see how it goes. But apparently it looks like you have to have the Sidus app, which I do. So I do have the Sidus app. I basically just have to link it, the new 60XS to the Sidus. I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick and then we can mess around with the light color. All right, guys, so we have the 60XS and it is now paired to the Sidus app. So that lets us go ahead and dial in our intensity. You'll notice it's starting to get a lot darker. I just basically kicked it off, the 60XS, just kicked it off with the Sidus app. So actually it's a really cool app as far as aperture Amaran and the Sidus link. You can't do this stuff without the app, and it's just invaluable to have the app. So from this point here, especially if I was, again, doing something like I'm doing right now, it's just me and the camera, it's really helpful just to have the app look at the monitor, which for me is down here, and just kind of adjust the lighting to what I think is proper, which is about right there. It's not too bad. I would honestly probably go ahead and move the light a little bit to the front there. That's not too bad there. Oh, and awesome, my tube light went out, but we're just going to press on because, you know, production issues. All right, so again, so right now we have the Sidus app at about 20.6, and let's just mess around with, say, the brightness. It's at 4300 Kelvin, which is off of the, it's not in tune, so to speak, with the 100D, which I believe is 5600. But let's see if we can adjust that to, say, 5600 or daylight. Okay, so now we're at 5600, which is the same light that the 100D is on. And if we just want to go crazy, we could take it down to tungsten or orange, and that just, I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you could. All right, and it also has other features such as, let's see, effects. You can do the fire effect. Let's see, fire effect and go. So if we start the fire effect, now it looks like there's a flame kind of coming up over the side. It's pretty cool, actually. Explosion, let's do that one. So explosion, all right. And then let's just flip through them real quick. Strobe. And whenever you do the effects, it automatically tunes the intensity and the light color, light balance to whatever that feature, that effect needs. So, and I'm going to be 100% honest right now, while this thing is flashing in my face, that between the 60XS and the 100D and this like little light over here from Amazon, I can't see anything. I assume there's a camera right here, and I assume there's probably a monitor down here, but I'm going to be honest, I can't see it. I can barely see. That's fun. Now we're strobing out. Strobe warning. I can barely see my phone, so I literally have to do one of these, and this is literally all because of the fact that the lights are so bright that I can't even see what's going on. So what's that? Oh, pulsing, okay. Pulsing. So there's the pulsing feature. TV, let's give that a shot. I imagine it's probably gonna like maybe flicker or something. Lightning. All right. And then how about faulty bulb? There it is. There it is, faulty bulb. Fireworks. Explosion sound effect, maybe. Oh, fireworks. Paparazzi. So now, you know, paparazzi's over here taking my picture. That's kind of cool. and then back to the fire again. I like the fire. I happen to have a couple of ideas on where I'm going to use the fire. I've got woods out here on the side of my property that I'm probably going to do like a little fun video or short film where we put this light up to 60xs, put it in fire mode so it looks like there's kind of fire in the woods. I've got plans for that. But that's, we'll go ahead and turn that effect off. Let's go ahead and go back to our normal setup. There we go. We're at 5600. So basically this is what we're going to be looking at for now. 100D, 60x, and I've got some, what else we got going on? We got some soft boxes that are out there. I've got a couple of other more items. I have some gels that we're going to be covering, along with, of course, the clothespins that go with those. I have a couple more items on that are actually coming in as we speak. They should be here next week. Did I pick up? I'm trying to think if I picked up the 150 150C from Amaran, which is the LED light. I don't think so. I do have another LED bar. So it's going to be basically a third one, or maybe a top light that's coming in here. It's actually out there already. I just haven't put it up yet, or done a video on it yet. So, and then eventually we're going to take this camera off of the tripod mount. I do have another tripod that's a fluid head tripod, so we can get some motion going on. And I got a gimbal, but the gimbal that I have is for basically just the phone. I'm going to be ordering a, can't remember which one I'm going to be ordering, but basically we got a gimbal coming in for the actual Lumix GH6, so we can get some field shots. And I am teetering very close to, it's very close to me getting the Sony FX3. I'm this close to doing it. I had the phone up today. I was looking at Amazon. I saw the FX3 was about $3,800, and I almost hit purchase, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I got this inkling feeling that I might just go ahead and do it. Of course, obviously, if you go up to a camera like that with the Sony FX3, if you haven't looked into the Sony FX3 or the 30, I prefer the 3 personally, but if you haven't looked at the full frame cameras in the 3, check them out. It's pretty cool. You get that cinematic look, high professional look. It's actually, the big thing about it is that it qualifies for Netflix videos and documentaries, which I don't plan on doing, but that's the level of video that it has. So FX3, I don't want to say might or will be coming, but it's possible that it might be. We'll see if it does. But once you go into those kind of cameras, and you also got to take a look at the lenses. I got a 24, the old classic Sony 24 to 70 zoom lens that I'm probably going to end up, if I do go that route, pick up the 24 to 70, just because it's such a versatile lens. And then that thing runs about $2,000 unless I try to go for the Tamron or one of the other ones. So we'll see what happens on that. Might be, who knows? We might be looking at $5,000 or $6,000 worth of camera gear here pretty soon. So plus gimbals, and looking at getting some jibs and some sliders and stuff like that. But that's the whole point of this channel. We're just kind of building this place out one piece at a time, even if our LED tube light, is it that one? Oh, my bad. That one, which is crazy because I had this guy plugged in like literally all night. So I don't know WTF what happened with that guy, but we'll get it figured out. Anyway, so that's it for this one. Come back and check us out for the soft boxes. I may just go ahead and record that here as soon as I hit stop on this one. Just go ahead and grab the soft boxes and get them mounted up. That way I don't have to worry about the 100D catching on fire over here with this sheet. And we can kind of soften up these the fill light over here. But until the next time, we'll see you on whatever this channel is called now, Small Creator Studio. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks, bye.